The Cellar.
I know you were close up with some of his friends as well. What have those conversations been like since?
With the boys. I mean, they're heartbroken also. I mean, he's their best friend. And we love these boys like our own. And it's just as hard on them as it is on us.
And right now, we really are focusing on
bringing Riley home.
his last point.
He's my best friend. He's everything.
And when you're gone, I will walk alone. But please don't go until it takes us from.
Today's story begins in Springfield, Missouri. Springfield is the third most populous city in the U.S. state of Missouri. The city's population is around 169,000 according to the 2020 census. The city sits on the Springfield Plateau of the Ozarks, which ranges from nearly level to rolling hills. Springfield is known as the second largest urban area in all of the Ozarks. Today's story is about 22-year-old Riley Strain, a Springfield, Missouri resident. Riley Strain is 6 foot 6 inches tall, weighing around 165 pounds. He has blonde hair and brown eyes. Digging into this story, I was unable to find out a lot about Riley's life prior to his 20s, but from all reports, Riley would graduate high school and go on to attend college at the University of Missouri. While attending the university, Riley would eventually join the fraternity of Delta Chi, where he would bond and grow very tight with his fellow fraternity brothers. That now brings us to March 8, 2024. Riley, along with numerous other members of his fraternity, would board a bus for a trip to Nashville, Tennessee. There in Nashville, the group would be staying at the Tempo by Hilton Nashville Downtown Hotel. This hotel is located in close proximity to the numerous bars and food establishments that run along Broadway. Honky Tonk Central, Tin Roof, Dierks Bentley's Whiskey Row, Jason Aldean's Kitchen, Nashville Crossroads, Friends in Low Places Bar and Honky Tonk, and Luke's 32 Bridge are just a few of the many popular establishments that line Broadway. The night of March 8th would entail a lot of bar hopping for the group of college students. It's been unclear exactly where Riley Strain and his friends ventured to right off the bat. But according to Riley's stepfather, Chris Whited, Riley called him at some point from Garth Brooks' Friends in Low Places Bar and Honky Tonk. It was noted that prior to the group venturing there, they had already made a stop at Miranda Lambert's Casa Rosa. According to Riley's stepfather, Riley didn't sound like he had been drinking a lot, and at one point he texted his mother coherently in the hour or so after the phone call had ended. This FaceTime call is reported to have taken place at around 7:30 to 8 o'clock p.m. That now takes us to 9:35 p.m. at Luke's 32 Bridge Food and Drink, a bar owned by famous country singer Luke Bryan. According to the bar's claims, Riley was served 1 alcoholic drink and 2 waters within the establishment prior to security within the bar escorting Riley out the front doors. Details into why Riley was kicked out of the establishment have not been confirmed as of now, but at 9:35 p.m., Riley was out on the streets. A friend of Riley's would soon call him following the incident, and according to reports, Riley stated he was going to walk back to their hotel and call it a night. From there, Riley was seen on CCTV footage that was released to the public. The footage can be difficult to watch as Riley is seemingly stumbling and struggling to walk on his own. There's been a lot of debate as to whether Riley was extremely intoxicated or if something more nefarious had been done to one of his drinks. To add to the confusion of it all, a police officer who was reporting to a vehicle break-in had a brief interaction with Riley. In the video, the officer sees Riley walking down the street and asks him how he is doing. Riley then greets the officer and says he's doing fine before continuing down the street. In this video, Riley appears to be much better off than he appeared in the prior CCTV footage.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
During the same time period, a text exchange would occur as a friend of Riley's would ask him how he was doing. His final text to go out from his phone would read, "Good, LOPS." Now, a lot of people have been debating and talking about what LOPS could be an abbreviation for. But after doing my own study into this, I feel like I have an answer to this confusing text message. I will elaborate. So we are under the impression that Riley is intoxicated in some manner at the time of this message. I believe Riley was simply texting "good, LOL." Why do I feel that way? Well, if you type L, then O, you will see the letter P is in the upper right corner next to both letters. At the same time, after he typed the word good, the D is sitting just to the right of the S. My belief is he was trying to concentrate and text with both hands. If both hands were on the phone, then he typed out good, then went to type out LOL, and simply caught the P instead, and his left hand may have caught the S at the very end. This is just a theory, but I don't think anything more cryptic was actually going on. I simply believe he was typing out good LOL or good LOLs. But moving on from this, let's go ahead and summarize what we know about Riley's night prior to his disappearance. He was at a bar in the Broadway area of the city, Luke's 32 Bridge Food and Drink. He was then asked to leave the night spot at around 9:35 to 9:45 p.m. Following this, Riley's friends called him and said he was going to be heading back to their hotel. The young man was then seen on CCTV footage wearing a two-tone shirt crossing 1st Avenue north to Gay Street at 9:47 p.m. His path was actually taking him further away from his hotel and bringing him closer to the Cumberland River. The last pings that came from Riley's cell phone put him near a park in the proximity of the river on the night of March 8th. From there, Riley Strain simply vanished. Following Riley Strain going missing, an investigation was soon underway. Reports came in that some homeless residents of a nearby encampment had reported seeing Riley in the days following his disappearance. This homeless encampment is located in the same area where Riley's phone last pinged. By March 14th, the police were continuing their investigation, searching the river and surrounding areas by water and air. Boats equipped with sonar were used to search the Cumberland River, while helicopters were brought in to continuously search the riverbanks within the region. On March 17th, a body was found floating in the Cumberland River. What appeared to be a breakthrough in the case ultimately led nowhere, as the body was later confirmed to not match Riley's description. But later in the day of March 17th, an actual breakthrough would come in. Riley's bank card was found on the banks of the Cumberland River. The card was found by a woman and a friend who frequently post on TikTok. According to reports, they had gone down to the riverbank and started searching for clues within the case. They ultimately found a card with his name on the back. According to one of the women, Anna Clendenning, there is so much trash down there, it's so much to sift through, and there's so many pieces of clothing, shoes, bottles, cans, everything. I don't really know how we found it. I would love to say just dumb luck or divine intervention. It was just sitting there. Following this massive breakthrough, the search would continue for Riley Strain. On March 21st, it was confirmed that the police had obtained new surveillance footage showing Riley approaching the James Robertson Parkway Bridge, which spans the Cumberland River. That footage, as of now, has not been released to the public, but from all reports, the family was brought in to view the footage. That now brings us to March 22nd, 2024. After 14 days of searching for Riley, the family had never given up hope that he might be found alive. But sadly, in the early morning hours, some workers on the river would make a startling discovery: a body within the water. At 7:30 a.m. on Friday, March 22nd, the Metro Nashville police officials confirmed that Riley Strain's body had been recovered from the Cumberland River, approximately 8 miles west of downtown. In a sad turn of events, the search was over, but questions still remain. Why was Riley heading towards the river and not his hotel? What exactly happened leading up to Riley ending up in the Cumberland River? Was Riley simply intoxicated, or had his drink been tampered with prior to his disappearance? As of the writing of this story, an autopsy is still underway. Will we ever get all the answers in this case? Probably not. Unless someone was there with Riley when he went into the river, everything is pure deduction and speculation at this point. As of now, the police don't believe there was any foul play involved in the case. No matter how you spin it, this was a tragic ending for a young man who had so much life left ahead of him. If anything can be learned from this story, it's to be more careful when you're out on the town drinking. Stay in groups and have a plan if you become too intoxicated or separated from the people you trust. My deepest condolences go out to all the friends and family members of Riley Strain. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. If you enjoy the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel continue to grow. Also, you can check the description box below and find the link to my merch store. Tons of awesome designs, and the proceeds help fund the channel. For those of you that are interested, I have a Cellar Dwellers membership tier for the channel. It's $2.99 a month and comes with some pretty cool perks. So if that interests you, then please go check it out. I also have that linked in the description box below. If you would like to submit a real-life scary story that you'd like featured on an episode on the channel, please do so using the email linked in the description box below. As always, I do all the research, writing, recording, and editing for the channel myself, so anything that you do to support the channel is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I will see you all again as we head back into the cellar.